All right. What up out there? YouTube heads, travel wolves in the building. What's good, everyone? What's up? So today we're going to continue with our journey. Yeah, we're going to continue with our journey. As you guys may have known by now, if you haven't heard, I have departed Thailand, um, and I'm back in the States. I'm back in Hawaii. So I'm going to give you guys my recap. I was in Thailand for like, geez, how long was it, man? About 6 months. I was in Thailand about 6 months, give or take a little bit less. 5 months and some weeks. That's what the calculations come out to be. And so today I'm just gonna chop it up and talk about my experiences in Thailand. Uh, Maybe I should. Let me see. Let me change the title because you guys like coming in but not staying. So let me say this. Let me say after. Let me change the title to after 6 months. After 6 months in Thailand. 6 months in Thailand. 6 months in Thailand. The recap. So we're gonna do the recap. The recap. That's what I'm gonna call this. The 6 months in Thailand. We're gonna do the recap. So let me go in and let me update that. Yeah, let's go in and update that. Okay, there we go. So I updated the title so we could get some people in. And yeah, man, it's Chocolate Man to $1 million home. You know, I gotta be honest and say this about Thailand. Like, it's a great place. It's a great place. I really, really came up in Thailand. Like, I really, really came up, man. I came up strong, bro. I left Thailand looking at the first man probably to break even. I wouldn't say I broke the game, but I would say I broke even. Most guys don't even break even. Most guys, they get destroyed. I gotta stop saying Thailand. I mean Pattaya. Most men in Pattaya get destroyed. Let's just put that out there. They get destroyed economically, mentally, spiritually, their whole embodiment, they just get destroyed. I gotta say, you're looking at probably the first man, definitely the first African American black man to leave Pattaya and break even. And maybe be a little bit ahead than when I got there, right? So a little bit ahead. So like, for example, when I left Hawaii, you know, um, I was in the process of relocating my family, and now I'm sitting here in this $1 million home. Back I want to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys around and everything like that. Like we just moved in. If I show you around, let me show you around my home. You see, it's a lot of shit around here because like we just moved in. I just got back. So this is what $1 million buys you in. This is what $1 million buys you in Hawaii. It's kind of junky. I don't really want to show you. This is kind of junky. I gotta put it all together. But like I said, we just moved in this place. This is a mil. This home is a 0.5, about 0.4, something like that. You can go look up Zillow if you don't believe me. There are very few homes on this side of Hawaii, what they call the windward side of Hawaii, Kapolei, Ever Beach side of Hawaii, that are less than a million US dollars. Okay, all the homes around me. So that's a millionaire over there. That's a millionaire over there. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I rent. I don't even own this home. I rent. So it's still not cheap. But I would probably buy this home, but I just can't see myself putting in that substantial amount of money, investing that substantial amount of money to live in Hawaii. That's a long-term commitment. That's a long-term commitment. So anyway, like I said, I broke even, maybe a little bit ahead. As you know, I came to Hawaii. I came to Pattaya to work with my business partners there, and we put together the Winner Circle polo shirt. You know what I'm saying? Winner Circle polo shirt. I got some more products coming out very, very soon. So make sure you go on the website. I just updated the website. So over 6 months, I built a company. I built a company over 6 months in Pattaya. Um, Working remotely, doing different things. I got the VR store. I connected with my 3D measurement supplier. So, and they're in 290 DXL stores. So, the supplier that I use for the measurements, right? And this is going to be the last video I do about the Winner Circle on this channel, because I made another channel for the Winner Circle, where I just talk about the clothes. So I don't mix up the politics, right? Don't mix the oil with the vinegar, so to speak. But so the supplier that provides the tech for the 3D measurements that we use on our platform, they are in 290 DXL stores right now as we speak. They're in 290 DXL stores. DXL is a major brand providing clothes to big and tall men. Okay, so I got to do the video where I announce it, but I'm going to do it on my other channel where I announce it that we can possibly be in DXL stores. Okay, the Winter Circle Polo can actually be in DXL stores. So anyway, let me talk about Thailand. Okay, 6 months. 6 months went by very quick. Let's see. So let's do the recap. So let's see here. I arrived in Thailand October 26, 2023. Shot right past all the noise, shot right to Pattaya. It was an amazing time when I first got there. This is my second time in Thailand. It's my second time coming to Thailand. It wasn't like the first time. Like the first time, it was right after the quarantines were all done. You went into 808. It wasn't really that crowded. You went into 808. Girls were buying you drinks. Girls were buying you drinks back in them days. This was like 2022, because the first time I came to Thailand was August 2022. And it was like girls were buying you drinks back in them days. At least nobody brought me no drinks this time around, but girls were buying you drinks back in them days when I went to 808 the first time, and Children Flex and all of that. So it wasn't this second time, it just wasn't the way it was the first time, right? I got there in October. You know, Pretty much it took me going through a lot of women to meet the woman that I've eventually decided to date. So I'm dating someone right now. This is funny that it's almost like, I swear, if I didn't know any better, I would say it was a ploy, because right before I planned to leave, that last week that I planned to leave, because I was like, if I'm going to get the Ed visa, then I'm committed to that. But right before I planned to leave, I would meet an amazing woman who has so many things going on for her. She has her own business that she's running for 15 years. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. She's sexy. She's everything about her I love. And I would meet her the last week I'm there, but we spend every day together. We spend every day, every night together, except for one day, and that was on me because I had to take care of some business. But my last 7 days, I spend every day with her. But before that, the whole 6 months, they were just pretty much, I would say they were May. They were in disarray. Um, Staying in Pattaya for 6 months does take a lot of adaptation. It's very hard to adapt, because your morning routine, I could never get a real morning routine together. A morning routine for me, depending on how late I slept, versus probably like to like 11 or 12, I'm getting up and looking for lunch. And then the rest of the day, just bullshitting. Maybe go to the movies, maybe hang out in the mall. It's too hot to really walk around. A lot of the bars aren't open. So. But there's just a lot to go over. So let me see, where should I start? Well, I got there in October, like I said. And the first thing I did was I went on Instagram, and I would go on Instagram and I would look up the beer bars. The Instagram was kind of like a menu of who's at the beer bars. So you go on Instagram, you look up the beer bars on Instagram, and then you can see like who's there for the day. But they don't even open till like 3 p.m. So remember, when you go to Thailand, you got to figure out what to do from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So 11, 12, 1, 2. So 4 hours. You got to figure out what to do for 4 hours. That's what got me, because you can't do. I don't like redundancy, so I couldn't do the same thing every day. I guess for some people, the simplest thing would be you get up, you go get breakfast, you go get a massage, then maybe you do some shopping, or you go to the cannabis spot, smoke some doob, then you grab lunch, and then you would hit soy six. Or if there's a little sports bar you could go to. There's one or two sports bars I know of that you could go to. But then again, you got to hang around them folk, and I don't really like hanging around them folk all day. So, but then like that, then you just got that window to maybe like 6 p.m. Things don't really start jiving in Pattaya until 6 p.m. So so I got there the first month, and what did I do? Well, the first month I got there, but the first night I got there, I should say, was October 26th. And I stayed in this Airbnb that was real janky. It wasn't like the photos. They tricked me. I got there. It turned out to be a budget hotel, like a real economy hotel. It wasn't dirty. It was just old. It was a clean room, a nice room, good AC. It was just an old room that didn't like its photos. And they charged me a deposit just to check in, which is crazy. Luckily, I had some bottom me because they charged me a deposit, which is crazy. It was a really hard location to find, but the staff were nice. The people were friendly at the front desk and everything. So, I made the most of it, and it happened to be Buddha Monday or Buddha weekend, whatever it was. So it wasn't easy for me to go. Now, the thing I messed up on, and I'll tell you guys this: you do not want to go during the high season. So October to January is not the best time to go. I messed up on that. If you're going to do it spontaneous like I did, because you need to book everything out. You need to book your place for at least 1 month. Definitely that time of the season, high season, you need to book your place for a month. So however you got to figure that out. If you never stayed there before, if you want some tips on where to stay, let me know. But if you never stayed there before, the only place I could say is a good shoe-in place to stay. The only place I could say is a good shoe-in place to stay for a month is anywhere at CCR. And you can identify CCR on Airbnb because it'll have a big pool, and then it'll have like this egg-shaped dome in front of it, which is where the gym is at. So it's a pool and a big egg-shaped uh, dome type of thing that's green. The windows are green. That's CCR. That's City Center Residence. So that's where you want to stay. You want to stay there if you go around high season and you're going to book for a month. So after that, though, I found another Airbnb because there was a bar girl that I was interested in, and I wanted to stay in the same. I wanted to I wanted to give myself some convenience. I said, so I booked the Airbnb in the same condo where she was staying at. So, and we actually did run into each other and got to know each other, but she was already getting married, and she had a boyfriend. She was still working at the bar and all that, but she was getting married. She had a boyfriend. So it was kind of weird. I was like, that's kind of odd, but that's what she was doing. So she was on her way out. She was like, this is my last couple of months and I'm out. I'm gonna go to Australia and marry this dude that she met. So, but she was a nice girl. She was beautiful. But unfortunately, a lot of them don't look that good in person. So she didn't look that good as in her pictures. So yeah. So also, yeah, guys, go check out the new website. I see some people are on the website right now. Go check out the new Winner Circle website. I got some new stuff up. I changed it around. I made it very easy for everyone to check out the shirts, make purchases. I explained to you what made to measure is, and I have a new channel just for the brand. So we about to go heavy on this. So anyway, I'm just gonna tell you guys my story over the 6 months that I was there. So I'll probably just go to December and I'll stop. Then I'll come back and do a part two of my story. So right now, okay, so here goes what happened after that. So then after that, but that condo that I stayed at, man, it had a bad roach problem. I don't know how anybody was living in it. I don't know if it was because of the room that they gave me was close to the incinerator or whatever it was, but it had a bad roach problem. And in their defense, for me, a bad roach problem, by the way, is like two or three, but these suckers was like more than that. And I used to have to stick stuff in like the drain and all because they were coming all out in the sink. It was so gross. But they did try to, do exterminators. They had the exterminators come. I had people spray. I sprayed. I paid for it. But it was like, I had to tell them this ain't gonna work. After like 4 or 5 days of that, I had to tell them it wasn't going to work because the worst thing you want to do is have a woman over and it's like Joe's apartment and some shit's crawling across the table and stuff. And I was just like, this thing, but it's a beautiful condo. You would not think it would have a roach problem like that. It had a bad roach problem, but it was a beautiful condo. But you would not think it had a roach problem like that. I've never seen an Airbnb have that type of problem. They did try to help. They did try to they did try to fix it, but it wasn't nothing that I don't think it was a fixable thing. I don't even know how anybody could stay there. So I was like, how are people staying here and they don't say nothing about it? I used to have to keep my luggage locked up. So anyway, after that, I went to I went back to City Center because City Center is where I normally prefer to stay. It's clean. I know the area. It's two places to get food. It's central to everything. I can walk. I can walk where I want to walk to. And the only problem with City Center, and City Center is affordable. The only problem I have with City Center is that it's a lot of foreign there. It's a lot of foreign that stay there. And so during the daytime, the pool is just a bunch of men. It's a bunch of men at the pool all day, and I don't like that. I want to hang around the ladies. If I bring my lady to the pool, it's like I don't want these guys gawking at her. She's in the bikini, she's doing her thing. I don't want these guys gawking at her. But so that's the only problem I have with City Center. But you can get a nice room with City Center with a great view. And the one bedrooms are really the best. The one bedrooms are really the best. But the studio, not so the best choice, but the one bedrooms are really the best. And so I ended up back at City Center, and I stayed at City Center for like a long time. Now, what did I do with my day? Well, pretty much, like I said, I got there in October. I pretty much just did what everybody else did. I wasn't messing with the go-go's, the go-go bars. I was just going to 808. I was going to 808, and I was going to Flex. I was going to 808 and Flex, 808 and Flex, 808 and Flex, because I don't go to anywhere else. I don't go to Republic or Mist or Insomnia. I don't go to those places. I started to go later on, but not really. I was doing really well at 808 or Flex, but most of the people I was meeting, chat link. I don't do the chat link. I'm just telling a story right now. Maybe the part two, I'll do a chat. I'll do a chat, but I don't do a chat link. But if you have any questions, the general, you can ask me, and I'll let you know. So anyway, um, most of the women I would meet would be in Flex, because 808 was different. I don't know what it was. It was just I don't know if it was just like it wasn't that many girls and more guys, or some of the girls just seemed real like standoffish, or I was just being super duper picky. I don't know what it was, but I really wasn't seeing nothing in 808 that motivated me. I got to be motivated. Like how I work is like this, like um, I know I'm the shit. I'm the fly, handsome motherfucker, best dressed motherfucker in the whole spot, right? I mean, you can't get no higher than your own private brand, your own tailored clothes. You can't get no higher than that. And most of the other guys I see, they're not even doing that yet. They still bringing clothes from home and they not, I don't know how you can go to Thailand and not get tailored clothes. I think I'm gonna keep driving that point home. It's a great opportunity for you to step your wardrobe game up. You don't gotta really, do what I'm doing, but you should do something, I think. So anyway, I really just wasn't that motivated. I saw some people that I remembered, but they weren't really like, happy to see me or whatever it was. They just didn't seem happy to see me. So it was like when I came back the second time, it's like I was starting from scratch. I was starting from the bottom of the barrel. And so I just pretty much tried to get reacquainted with one friend that I knew, somebody that I really, really respected. She's a regular. She's like a regular. She has her own table. She has her own table at 808 and Flex. She's a regular, very cool person. And I think, I used to hang out with her for a minute or two, because I think I told you guys that story about how um the guy I used to travel with knows her, and then she had a friend, and I thought, the friend would be in my lap, but it didn't work out like that. And I thought we'd all be one big happy family, a good foursome, and we all travel together, have a good time. But it didn't work out like that. So that's why I say to people, like everybody's not going along. Well, for me, in my reality, people just refuse to cooperate. Women just refuse to cooperate, and I think that's because they want to have power over me. Either I've deduced that they either want to have power over me, or I'm 260 pounds and think of God to come and go. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm gonna talk about that too. I'm gonna talk about that too, Terrence. Give me 1 minute, because the weight thing is important. But anyway, give me 1 minute. I'm gonna address that. I think this is what I deduced what was happening this time around. Either women wanted to have power over someone like me, because I'm really like not trying to be in nobody's relationship. Like we do our thing, and then I'm not trying to be like that. If you see me, keep moving. Don't be doing the fake hug. What's up? Doing all that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Especially if you with another dude. Don't try to show off. Okay, I don't like that. I find that very disrespectful if you talk to me and you're with another dude, because I wouldn't want you to do that to me. I'll tell you, just go over there with him. So I think it was one, women were trying to have power over me by not cooperating or trying to get me to supplicate, which I don't do. And supplicating is when a woman, she acts like she's not interested in you because she expects you to do things. Roses, free drinks, bottles, like bullshit to impress her that doesn't really change, that shouldn't really change her behavior. So you never really know if it's going to change her behavior or not, right? But they want you to do these things, but I don't do that. So the second thing is that maybe they didn't like being rejected by a fat man. What I mean by that, right? So I know I'm handsome, I dress nice, I look fly. I think I'm a cool ass motherfucker. So if they give me a shot, and then I maybe like, lose interest after 2 or 3 days, I reject them. I don't hit their line. I see them, I'm with somebody else, or I'm with them and I'm looking for somebody else, or whatever it is. That could be kind of hard on them to get rejected by a fat man. That could be kind of hard on them. So it could be that too. Three, I might just be out of their league. They might be like, yo, that motherfucker's out of my league. He dresses fly, he dresses fresh all the time. His drip is crazy. And so how does she keep up? Because a lot of these girls, what I started to see was they was wearing the same outfits after a while. I was like, dang, you wear that already? Like they was wearing the same outfits after a while. And it's funny because the girl that I ended up dating, me and her, people see us, they see how I dress, they see how she dressed, and they like, we such a good match. And I noticed that the girl never wears the same thing. What I mean by that, like we hung out together every day for 7 days. She got more clothes than me, obviously, because she lived there. I can only pack so much stuff. I got like maybe 12 outfits. She kept up every day. She had something fresh on, something new that was sexy, attractive, fresh, clean. We're in the bed and she's ordering stuff from that website Shin that they order stuff from. And then I'm thinking to myself, damn, this is a bad chick. And I remember seeing girls maybe going like 3 days, 4 days before they have to recycle the same clothes. because they're out every night in 808. And so when they run out of clothes, they just show up looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, what you got on? That's how you feel. That's how you coming out. Because that's the other thing too. I'd be looking at girls from head to toe. So they would wear these awful clogs or some other weird looking shoes or some dirty sneakers. That's just a turnoff to me. Don't even start me on the mule heels. They wear the mule heels they call it. They don't wear stilettos or platforms or any of that shit. So don't get me started on that. But anyway, so I figured out that that's what it was. It was one of those four things. I can't control them, you know. So let me talk to Terrence. Terrence said, yeah, they get scared if they think you're out of their league. Exactly, Terrence. I have to keep that tailored clothing idea in mind. Yeah, I mean, listen, fellas. I started a clothing brand because I wanted to make money off of being fat. I said, yo, I'm a fat dude. I dress fresh. If I can help the next brother come up, you know, and so that's what my brand is about because big and tall clothes, they're bullshit, man. They're bullshit. That's why I'm telling you guys, go into DXL. Say you want to use the SideStream app. That's the app. The app is called SideStream. They're going to take a 3D scan of your body, give you your measurements, and then they're going to allow you to order clothes that fit you better based on those measurements. They're going to be tailored clothes. But what you want to, but they're not branded, right? They're just like regular clothes. But what you want to ask them is you want to ask them for the winter circle polos because they don't have polos in that category of made to measure, right? So I have the only made to measure polo in the whole universe right now. Ralph Lauren don't do a made to measure. Lacoste don't do a made to measure. Lategra don't do a made. Nobody does a made to measure polo. What they do is they cut some fabric in like a 4 or 5X size. That could be anybody, and they throw a big old pony on it and they sell it for $200 and call that your drip, call that fashion. The collar don't even say pop. Okay, if you want to pop the collar, I'm gonna talk more about that. But let me talk to Terrence real quick because yeah, at 260 pounds, yeah, Terrence, believe it or not, you still considered. Well, I don't know if you're muscular, but if you're not muscular, if you don't have body game, if you're 260 pounds, you're a pretty well sized dude. So look at it like this: if you're 260 pounds and you have a body game, then you're going to do well. You're going to do well with a certain type of Thai woman that I would say is a cross between Japan import model and Korean import model. And those women are fine. You're going to get the really, really fine ones. You know, you don't have no problem getting the really, really fine ones. But if you're just fat, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a bit of a problem if you don't have something particular for them to compliment you on. You know, I don't get play like that. I wouldn't know how to handle a girl thinking I'm out of her league. I'm fat. I'm not out of anyone's league in America. Thailand sounds like heaven. I'm fat. I'm not. I don't get that. You're fat and you're not. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, okay. No, but believe it or not, though, in Thailand, they may be out of your league. So okay. So let me say it like this: there's a small segment of girls of women in Thailand that dress really really well. I meant to talk about this because I've seen this. You got Brazilian women the way they dress, Colombian women the way they dress, and Thailand women the way they dress. Um, Colombian women are very fashionable. They dress the most cleanest of everybody. Like their clothes are usually no older than a couple of hours. Like they dress the best. They are immaculate. The whole time I was in Colombia, in Cartagena, and Barranquilla, they dress immaculate. They always got something to put together, even when they don't have anything to wear. Brazilian women Brazilian women kind of dress, but that's just because what they have access to. They kind of dress more or less, I would say. It depends on how they get the money. If they get the money, then they're gonna look very good. If they're not getting the money, they're gonna look basic. Like, and plus it's Brazil, so their basic thing is some cut off shorts and a t-shirt, and some flip flops. Like they're really really basic. Some of them, depending on if they get the money or not. But Colombianas, doesn't matter if they get the money or not. They always look good. They even exchange clothes among each other. Thai women, on the other hand, Thai women can have various styles, and to me, they dress very functional. They dress very functional. What I mean by that, like if they're just going out and they're going shopping, they're going to be in something comfortable, like some sweats or some shorts, something like that. If you're taking them out on a date, they're going to kind of maybe be um, depending on how they feel about you, is how they're going to come out. So if they don't feel like you're worth it, they're going to come out looking like a bum. If they feel like you're worth it, they're going to come out like you're going to feel like, damn, I got to spend some money with this chick. You know what I'm saying? But they dress really cute. They really dress cute. They have a unique style. I would say, like the way they put themselves together. But if they're going out to the club, they don't play no games, man. They come out in the most riskiest of outfits. So you might have, so if you're 260 pounds and you're fat and you're just, and like your wardrobe game is just like dad attire, right? Dad attire, dad sandals, and a tank top or a t-shirt that's kind of loose fitting and got some words on it, and some shorts or some jeans. I'm gonna show you guys before and after. I put together before and after thumbnail. I'm gonna make a video and find out how to show you guys the before and after thumbnail of how I used to dress and how I dress now. Maybe I could show you. Hold on, let me see. Maybe I could show you what I'm talking about. But anyway, you can be out of their league if you get tailored clothes. What's up, Only the Strong? Did I have success in Colombia? Yes, I had a lot of success in Colombia. I'm kind of gonna miss Colombia because I had a lot of success in Colombia. I only really had one girl in Colombia. Was it one? I had one girl in Colombia that wouldn't fuck with me for no reason at all. She just ain't like me. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what it was about. She just wouldn't fuck with me. Um, like I said again, she just didn't want to see me. I guess she felt like for me it was just gonna be, I was just gonna pass through her. See, thing about Colombia is they in Colombia they call me mucho chicas. They call me mucho chicas because I talk to all the girls because all the girls are so beautiful. It's hard not to. So maybe she didn't like that. Maybe she didn't like that I would just be with her one time and then dip and go on to the next girl. Maybe she didn't like that. But and I only had one other problem with a girl where just we couldn't come to any type of behaviors that work for us. So I just said, hey, just take that and leave, because we couldn't come to the way she wanted to operate was not how I operated. I'll just say it like that. Um, what's good, Only the Strong? But yeah, I had a lot of success in Colombia. I don't have as much success in Colombia as I did in Thailand. What do I mean by that? Well, I think I should tell you guys, like Brazil, you're not going to really get a solid relationship in Brazil unless you have certain social behaviors. Because you got to go out, man. They like to be around a lot of people. I don't like to be around a lot of people. So if you're not that type of guy who likes to be around a lot of people, you're not going to do well in Brazil. In Colombia, they're not even thinking about that, man. In Colombia, they're very robotic, and so you're just really seen as lunch or dinner, lunch, dinner, or rent. That's how you're seen. And so they're very robotic, and they don't like. And in Cartagena, they kind of like you to be a client, like a regular person. But in the other city I was in, which I don't know if I should name, the other city I'm in, they pretty much have no intentions of ever seeing you again. Yeah. No, at least for me, they had no intentions of ever seeing me again. So I'm skinny guy, but want to support your work. Can I get? Yeah, you could get a polo. Yeah, I should say that the polos are open to everyone. Go on the website. You buy the polo. What's going to happen is it's going to send you to another page after you make the purchase. You got to download this app called SideStream, and then you're going to download the app. You're going to register an account on the website, so you give me permission to receive your scan. So it's a three-step process. You get You make the purchase, you download the app, you register on the website, and then you take your scans, and your 3D scans come right to me, and then I communicate with you through email, and I can also communicate with you on the website through a chat, which comes right to this phone. So I'm 24/7 with it. I'll be in a grocery store selling shirts and talking to people. I was in the airport doing it. I got this cool in real time chat. So I'm very interactive with it. And I also have a new YouTube channel called The Winner Circle. So yeah, it's open for skinny guys too. I should say that. It's open for skinny guys. It's open for anybody, but primarily I'm trying to get the brothers to have a chance against you skinny guys, because you skinny guys, I'll be honest, and because I'll be in the gym, I'm trying to get myself, my body game up for me, but primarily, yeah, I mean, in a place like Thailand, the preference is skinnier men. This preference is skinnier men. I've been thinking about doing a video called "Am I Too Fat for Your Country?" And I was gonna show the things that I have, the content that I have, because it's like it's a different it's a different standard of fatness. I think if you're African American and black man and you're fat in Thailand, I think that's worse than if you're any other type of guy. But overall, if you're a skinny guy in Thailand, because it's all about in Thailand, they care about matchups. Like they really care about matchups, like how you look with the girl, you know. But then again, I don't know if they really care about that, because I've seen some very, very big guys from Australia in height wise and also fat with little petite Thai girls. So I don't know if it's only a thing with me. Like the girl that I'm dating, she constantly says stuff about how we look together, or she's not really subconscious about me being a fat guy, because she's not fat. She's like slim thick, like she's got a nice ass and she's got a really great body. She's got a fat ass, and but she always says how people look at us and people look at me because I'm fat or whatever, or maybe it's the way I dress. I don't know, but she mentions it a lot. But then she showed me some of her old boyfriends, and one of them was a very, very handsome dude. He was from Kuwait, and I was like, wow, that's a nice looking guy. I was feeling a little bit like that dude, that's a handsome motherfucker. But and then she showed me this other guy. He was like a Australian dude, but he was like old and fat, and I was just like, why does she always bring that up with me though? I know she ain't bring that up with him. So that's why I say I think it's a real double standard. And I was gonna discuss that in the video I was gonna do, Am I Too Fat for Your Country? Because it's also see the funny thing about Thailand that's different. So okay, so Colombia, most South American countries like Colombia, definitely Brazil, they're what you call year-round summers. Year-round summer countries or places like LA or Miami mean that the weather's so good, you don't wear a jacket, you don't hide your body like you do in the colder states like New York or Chicago. So because your body's always on display, you gotta look good. You can't hide those pounds underneath sweaters and jackets, right? At least not until May or June in New York or colder cities. So Colombia is like that. Colombia body game will help you. Brazil body game would definitely help you, because that's a gym rat culture. Thailand is not a gym rat culture, but body game doesn't really matter. It just matters that you're skinny, because most of the Thai women are slender and athletic looking. They don't go to the gym. I think it's just their diet. What's the website? The website is kind of hard to. Let me put it in there, because the thing about it is it's just the way that I put it together is just my name and the name of the brand, but it's on Notion. Let me get you the address and put it in the chat. 1 second, because it's kind of long. Because I'm kind of trying to keep this fluid. I'm more into Web3, and I'm more into crypto, and I'm more into VR. So I really didn't want to build a regular website that was static, like a regular site, but I might create a Shopify store, But then again, I don't really want to do that because the way that it works, I think it will slow me down. I think using Shopify, which would be the only one I would use, I think it would slow me down a great deal in getting with you guys. Let me see. Let me put it in the chat. I'm putting the. You're gonna hear some feedback. I'm putting the I put the link right there in the chat. Let me pin it. Let me pin it. Let me pin it. No. Okay. Star comment. Okay, I started the comment. That's the link to the um website right there for you. All right. So that's where it's at. Yeah. So anyway, but yeah, so I'm thinking about doing that type of video. So now let me continue what happens with the story. So let's see. I met my first girl when I got to Thailand. I met her in Flex. First night there, I struck out in 808. Wasn't nobody trying to fuck with me. I went to Flex. And actually, I went to Flex. I saw the baddie, the first baddie I saw, but I thought she was a lady boy. So I was kind of like, and she was sexy. And I was like, you got to be a lady boy. You can't be no woman. You got to be a lady boy. And she cursed me out, and she was like, because I asked them, yo, you lady? And they play that game sometimes. You lady? And I'm like, no, like, do you not have a dick? And she said, you want to see my dick? And so she does something. You're welcome, Z1. You're welcome. So she does this thing with anyway, she was bad, but then next thing I know, she was drunk. She was so drunk that she passed out in my arms, literally passed out in my arms, and I had to help her. I had to take her to the cab and everything. I don't mess with drunk girl. I don't mess with drunk women, and I didn't feel comfortable being alone with her, so I had to pay some girls to kind of take her in the bathroom, kind of get her up because she was out cold. She wasn't that big. She was petite, so whatever she drunk, it had her out. And of course, the wolves were circling around. The other niggas were circling around. I was like, nah, we not doing that. We not doing that. So I wouldn't abandon her. So I actually put her in a cab. I paid the cab driver for her cab. I paid the cab driver extra money to go buy him some pussy and not fuck with her. I was like, here goes for the ride. Here goes 800 baht for the ride. Take her home. And here go another 1,200 baht for you not to fuck with her. So you know what that means for you, right? Okay, so when she comes and sees me, I better have a good report from her. I'm gonna find you. I told him that to his face, because you don't do that to women. When she was just having a good time, she ain't had no friends with her. I started dealing with her, but I'm not gonna take advantage of that situation. I don't. You don't do that to women. That's no good. It's not being a gentleman. So these are still people, man. These are still women. These are still people. These are human beings. This is somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, and I would want someone to take care of my people if that was in a similar situation like that, like treat them with respect. So, but anyway, then after that, this other girl came and she just started jumping on me, and we got a joke. We call her Kermit the Frog. So some of y'all might know who I'm talking about. She's a bopper. She be all over. She be in 808. She be in Flex. This one dude, we call her Kermit the Frog, and I was like, oh wow, okay. And she really gets around because I was like, oh, you, this guy I met, he was like, yeah, me too. I was like, oh, wow, come on, man. But she was on me hard. So I was the first girl I met when I got back there, but I didn't really want to turn anything into it. She wasn't really my type. I was just horny as hell. Like, she's just the only thing that was really like acceptable, at the time. She's acceptable because she was on me. She was dancing on me. So she was acceptable. So yeah, guys, go check out the new site. Let me know what you think. I put the link in the box below. I put the site together where I use QR codes. It goes to Stripe. I use Stripe because I think Stripe is a reputable processor, payment processor. You guys can respect it. You got to set up a little account. You got various ways to pay. Shipping is not included, though. Shipping is extra. But if you order more than one shirt, I will ship for free to you. If you order like 2 or 3, I'll ship for free. But shipping is not included, of course, if you just order one. And it's a real simple process to get the measurements done. And once you get your measurements done, then I can open the door up to you because I got all kinds of clothes, man. I got all kinds of stuff. Let me see how junky my house is because, like I said, I just moved in here. I'm gonna show you guys around a little bit. Let me see. So like right here, these are some shorts that I had made that I made, just experimenting with new fabrics and stuff. It's kind of funny because this is aloha print, kind of like what we would wear in Hawaii, and I just made shorts out of it, and it goes really nice with the red polo. So I can make everything, socks, underwear, everything. So once I get your measurements, though, that allows me to open the door to you to more products. But I'm probably going to give the polo a little bit more time, see how things turn out, and then maybe I might just put it on the back burner and focus on the one thing I know nobody has, which is the safari suit, which is an amazing outfit to wear. And I don't know if anybody's seen me wearing it yet. Has anybody seen me wearing it yet? I don't think so, but I might put it on again for you guys because I have several, but there's got to be dry cleaned and a bunch of stuff. It's got to be pressed. It's a whole suit that I have that we make called the safari suit. So anyway, getting back to the story. So then let's see what happened after that. So yeah, that was the first girl I met. Then I think I just go out every night. I wasn't messing with the go-go's, like I said, yet, but I did go one night. The best go-go's I like to go to, though, is Queens Club. Well, no, Sapphire is the best. Sapphire is the best. And then there's Queens Club. And then there's Pinup. Pinup is the third best. I like Queens Club because Queens Club has more what I would say Western type of Thai women, and they're baddies, bro. I'd be like thinking to myself, like, what's up with these Thai guys? How they let these women get away from them? Like, what's going on here? Something's crazy because in America we would be fighting over these chicks, especially in Sapphires. And Pinups has a lot of nice women, but the thing about pinups is they are not bar findable. So all they want you to do is just buy them drinks. So beware about that. Beware about that. I would say if you're on Walking Street, beware of that trap in go-go bars, which is basically where none of the girls are really findable. Like they give you a number, but it's stupid amount. I wouldn't do it. And then, you know, her time. So it's like a stupid amount. It might be almost like 9,000 baht. Seriously. And then, but Queens Club is nice to go to. They got more of the Western type of women. Sapphire got more of the traditional beautiful Thai women. And then you got Pinups, which got more of the Asian type of Thai women. So there's like several type of Thai women. There's Thai women that look like Thai women, then there's Thai women that look Oriental, then there's Thai women that look Cambodian. So it's like a mixed pot, but there's different, then there's Thai women that look really, really Asian, like Korean. So there's so many different variations of Thai women. That's what nobody understands. I think I read an article, somebody said, why are Thai women considered so beautiful when they don't have aesthetic, attractive body? But Thai women are considered beautiful because there's so many variations of them. So, like, you go to Colombia, 90% of the Colombian women all look the same. Long black hair, makeup done the same face. If they're not Afro, then they just, they're the Blancas, and then they all just look the same. Brazilian women is a little bit overrated because really what it is it's the tan lines. Brazilian women wear the tan lines, which is ultra sexy, but their bodies are a bit overrated. They all don't have the big the Brazilian butt lifts and the boobs and all that. They all don't have that. That's a couple of them. They're all not toned and fit. And like I tell people, what you got to understand is that Nobody is waiting in line for you. So if you think you're gonna go down to Brazil and bag you an 8 or a 9, she's already got a man, and he's probably rich or he's built. He's either rich or he's muscular. She's not waiting around for you to get your shit together, retire, whatever it is, and travel down there and be a single gringo looking for a single Brazilian woman, and you're only there for a couple of days or maybe 2 weeks. She's not. That's not happening. That's what they don't tell you guys. It's not happening. Now you can meet you somebody. You can meet you somebody, but the chances of you meeting an 8 or a 9 level woman that's available is not going to happen. Same thing in all the countries. It's the same way in Colombia, in Thailand. The woman that you're probably going to meet in these countries is probably going to be around a 6. And people are like, a 6 is not that high, but a 6 is really high because the typical woman is about a 2 or a 3. That's the average woman. Most women are 2 or 3. So a 6, from a 3 to 6 is very high. So you can meet you a 6 in these countries that she may not be all the way available. She may be transitioning out of a relationship or maybe starting a new one, and then she meets you and there's chemistry, or you're a gringo, or there's an interest in you some type of way, whatever it is. But to think you're just gonna, cause see, the thing about me is that I like a totally available woman. And I find that this is most possible in Thailand. I like a totally available woman. And Thai women are totally available for the most part until you get up there to the 8 and the 9s. But anywhere between 5 to 7, they're totally available. Like give you a funny story, like the one I'm dating right now. It's crazy because she has an ex, some African guy. And you think these guys, they play themselves off like they players, or they all, like they heartless. But man, let me tell you, this dude, he's on her. Once he found out I was in the picture, which is really what it is, he's been on her hard. And she has to keep telling him, I have a new boyfriend. I choose him over you. Like, she has to keep telling him this stuff. And so I have to play it cool, right? Because they don't want to see you be jealous. They get jealous, but they don't want to see you be jealous. Plus, you should never be jealous with a woman. You should never act like you don't have other options, because I was like, I was in the club with her and I was just thinking, it's kind of fucked up, but I can get options, man. And I saw some baddies. And I was like, oh my God, this is the way it's going down for me right now. You know what I'm saying? No problem, travel lover, no problem here. So I saw some baddies, but I'm dating someone, so I'm out. Like, she already told me when I come back in a couple of weeks, I'll be back in Thailand. She already told me, like, no, no soy six, no this, no that. And I was like, why would I even go back to that? Why would I even go back to that? You're crazy. I had the most fun with you. You don't tax me. You come pick me up. You show me around. I hang out with you all the time just to show you and your family that this is not a fling to me, that I'm interested in developing a relationship with you. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, she's a businesswoman. She's run her business for 15 years. She's got the best end of the business. In Thailand, she got the best end of the business. What does that mean? That means that she's a provider of services that girls need to stay beautiful, to get money, and they bring her all the money that they get. Well, their boyfriends come, because I'll be at her shop, and it's just always different guys with beautiful girls. They be with some beautiful girls, and they be like 1,000 baht, do whatever they do, the girly stuff. And I'm like, babe, you got the best job in Pattaya, because those people that got to come to you for the money, I know what they got to do to get it. And you just sit here all day, and they walk in and give you money, and you service them, make them look beautiful. It's the best job for her. It's the best thing. She's been doing it for a long time. So why would I throw that away? I got to keep convincing her. She don't believe me. She thinks very highly of me, which I like. Maybe that's what it is. She's good at that. She's good at thinking. She's good at making me feel good about the way she sees me. But yeah. So Get that out your mind, that you're going to come to these countries and the girl's going to be available. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say this. If you're listening this far, this is a treat for you 12 guys still listening. You're going to get the best game ever because you got this far. Always remember, when I do my videos, I won't put the real heavy stuff, the real gems in until about the first hour is almost up, because I know those are the people that deserve to hear it. If you watch the whole hour, I'm going to give you something that you can use. So I'm going to tell you this. This is the realest game you're ever going to hear from anybody who talks about traveling. And I consider myself to be the most bona fide. That's why I put in the title, Chocolate Man to $1 Million Home, because, got this dude, Chocolate Man, going to a van. So he left Pattaya, he left Thailand, and he lives in a van. He lives in a van now, trying to play it off like it's a YouTube thing, but we know why he's living in a van. That's not cool, man. That's cool. That's not what brothers do. You shouldn't be going to Thailand and coming back to America and living in a van. You should be going to Thailand, getting some money, doing something, remote work, a business, doing something, getting some money, reading this book, pick up this book right here. This book will help you. Got it off of Amazon. Help you. And when you leave Thailand, you should leave better than when you came. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be stuck. You shouldn't be having to borrow money. You shouldn't be having to do any of that. You should be saving money. You should be stacking up money, because you can do all of that. Thailand is the only country you can really do that, because everywhere is safe pretty much. So you don't have to pay for security. In Colombia, housing is going to eat up most of your money, because you got to have security. You got to have that doorman downstairs. Brazil, definitely going to eat up all your money, because I would stay in Barra Tijuca if I was you. I wouldn't stay in Rio. I maybe stay in Leblon. Definitely I wouldn't stay in Ipanema, but I would stay in Leblon, or I would stay in Barra Tijuca, or really Barra Tijuca. And so that's where all your money's going to go. In Thailand, it's funny because I had a place in Thailand. I was paying like $150 a month, and most of my money was going to food, was eating out. I was doing more eating out. 'Cause I didn't have a kitchen. That's the thing. I was doing more eating out than anything, so my money mostly went to food. But anyway, let me tell you what I was going to tell you guys. The hardest thing I'm going to tell you guys. So, what you got to understand about women in all these countries that you're going to look for companionship in, even the Philippines, is that they don't start off in their village with foreign men. They don't start off in their village with foreign men. They start off in their village with their own men. So if they're Colombian, they start off with Colombian men. If they're Brazilian, they start off with Brazilian men. And that's a big problem. Brazilian women are very, very race loyal. So they're not, I wouldn't even call them race loyal. They're in love with being Portuguese. They're in love with their race. They have a big pride about that. So I don't know how anybody talks about finding a Brazilian woman, because I have experience with this. Trust me. I'm gonna tell you guys a story one day to prove it. If anybody wants to dispute me, because we can talk about it. Yeah, I'll bring you up here and I'll listen to what you got to say, and I'm gonna tell you my story of why I know that when it comes to the women who have the most pride of their race, it's Portuguese. It's the Brazilian women. I call them Portuguese, but they refer to themselves as Brazilians. But they start with their own kind. Everybody starts with their own men. Filipino women, Thai women, everybody starts with their own kind. Dominican, they all start with their own men. Then around early 20-ish, it goes either the kids, divorce, whatever it is, something like that, breaks up the relationship. Then they decide to go meet the foreign men who come to their country. And they usually start with Caucasian men or European men. Actually, somebody told me the right way to say European, and I forgot it. But let me see if I can find it. But they start with European men, Caucasian men, something like that, which is really two different types of men, because European men come from Europe and one of those countries in Europe, and Caucasian men primarily come from America or Canada. So they usually start with those men, and then they kind of get a little bit diversified after they, like, if they into the culture, if they into hip hop culture, then they start to kind of decide, maybe, this girl's talking about these black guys and these African guys. Let me go see what's up with them. Let me go see what's up with them. And then some of them just take, but we know why, right? And some of them don't. And then, but the point I'm making is that it's a bit superficial to say that their whole life they've only had a desirability for foreign men. This is something that they're very, very new to, and they constantly develop into. So for them, it could be a couple of months to a few years that they've been dating men not of their culture. So like the girl I'm dating right now, um, she's only had one husband for 15 years, and then she had another guy that she was engaged to. That was for like 6 years, and then she just got her boyfriend, and that was like the boyfriend she just broke up with, and that was like 6 to 8 months. And he's African, so he's like the first African she's been with, that she dated, and I'm like the first Black American that she's dating now, or first African American that she's dating now. Um, so so yeah, she's older. She's older. She's more closer to my age, which is also good. But she's cool. She's not an old woman. She's very youthful. She's very young. She likes to hang out all night in the club, and it drives me crazy. And I'll be like, I'm ready to go home, and she just wants to hang out. I'll be the one ready to go home, and she'll be the one ready to hang out. Um, so you got to understand that um, they develop into dating foreign men. It's not something that they start off with in life. So that's why I say it's very superficial to say that it's going to be a slam dunk. It's going to be an easy win, an easy compatibility thing, because it's a scale. Thailand is the most accepted. Now understand there's a difference. There's a difference between being accepted, being respected, and being tolerated. I would say Thailand is the most accepted country. Thai people, they have the little things. They don't mean it. They don't. I had to learn the hard way. Or I should say, it was difficult for me to understand that a lot of things they say, they don't mean them offensively. It's just that that's their vocabulary. They don't have words to say things, what we would call with a little bit of tact. So they can come off as blunt if they translate it. Like I had this girl tell me, she said she didn't want to tell me something because she didn't know how it would sound to me, but what she really was saying was she likes fat men. Now somebody might say that sounds very offensive, but and if she said it in Thai, it wouldn't be offensive. Like in Thai, it's like pompoy, but to say it in English, it just sounds very blunt. So, but they're very, very accepting people. They're the most accepting people. You are accepted in Thailand. Um, Brazil, I would say they don't accept you. And this is all over. I mean, as a foreigner, as an African American, as a black man. In Brazil, I would say they don't accept you. Colombia, they respect you. They respect you. I wouldn't even give Brazil the saying that they tolerate you. I would just say that they don't accept you in Brazil. You're unacceptable to them. Okay. Have I been to Singapore? No, I haven't been to Singapore, but I have heard that. I know people who have gone. Yes, the women there are very, very educated and very, very pretty. Very educated, but it's a more formal way of meeting women in Singapore. Singapore, you have to really like have a lot of discussion and conversation. So it's a little bit more patience game. They're very, very reserved. That's what I've heard from people who went, but I haven't been to Singapore myself. But I have heard that, yeah, that's true. They're very educated and they're very pretty. So, but that's pretty much the gem that I want to give you guys, because a lot of people, like I said, they get it. They misunderstand that these women are just sitting around waiting for you to come into their world. It doesn't work like that. Nobody's sitting around waiting for you, man. There's a whole life, a whole bunch of stuff going on. Um, they don't really start off with foreign men in their life, you know. They start off with their own men, and then after a while, they decide to you know, they decide to branch out. I can't find that. Oh, maybe it was a YouTube thing. That's why. Maybe it was on YouTube. Anyway, I'll find it some other time. There was a video where a guy he pronounced it was actually a short where he pronounced European the correct way. We've been saying European wrong for a very long time. I was like, oh, that's how you say it. So I gotta look up the video. It's just short actually. I gotta look it up. It's in here somewhere. So yeah. So anyway, so let's see what happened after that. Let's see. So that was that one girl. Then there were the two friends I went to the movies with. Oh, that was fun. I went to the movies with these two girls, and then we had a threesome. So I see, that would have been my second threesome. And I wanted, that would be my third threesome. I had my third threesome in Thailand. So I had a threesome in Brazil. Did I have a threesome in Brazil? I can't remember. I'm trying to think. I don't think I had a threesome in Brazil. No, I didn't. It's hard to have a threesome in Brazil because they greedy. They like to fuck for hours. They greedy. They greedy. One girl likes to fuck for hours, so hard to have a threesome in Brazil. But I had my threesome in Colombia, but that was kind of whack. It was whack. I thought they was with the shits because they seemed like they was twinning, but they was really on some shit. It was whack. They was cute, but I couldn't wait to get rid of them, and I felt like they was trying to drug me. And this was in Cartagena, so I was ready to get rid of them. And then the funny thing is, I would run into them in other cities. So I ran into them in I ran into them in Barranquilla, and I ran into them in Medellin. Well, actually, no. Somebody tried to hook me up with them with some girls, and it turned out to be them two. They was in Barranquilla, and I was like, nah, I know them already. I'm good. And then I was in Medellin one night in Park Alegres, and they was walking around, and they saw me, and they was like, "What's up? You want to party?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good." And they was looking at me like they showed me a good time, and I was like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm good." So, so I met this one girl in 808, and she used to be the shit. I don't know what happened to her. She fell off. She fell off. I don't know what happened to her. She was the shit in 808. If you was in 808 between probably August to November, she was the shit. She was always on the stage popping, doing her thing. She happened to walk by me. I don't know why I thought she was cute, but I grabbed her and she gave me her number, and then I hit her up, and she was like, it's her day off. Her and her friend was going to a movie. So I was like, could I tag along with them? So we went to this movie, this Thai movie. Thai horror movies are crazy because they got a different way of being scared. And the whole movie was about this girl just throwing up. This crazy long movie on a farm at that. And I didn't understand it. I mostly slept through the movie. But then I fell in love with her friend. Like, she came, and then I saw her friend, and her friend was so cool and so smooth. And I was like, and her friend had the fat booty, and I was like, wow, I like her friend, you know? Her friend is beautiful too. And so I don't know how I ended up getting her friend's number. I did it in some sneaky way because she was feeding me popcorn, and I kind of did some slick move, you know, and got convinced her friend to give me her number. But then she was like, she knew her friend liked me, and she was afraid of causing problems because they were really good friends. They were friends since they were kids. And I guess they wasn't trying to let no guy come between them. But we worked it out. I tried to date the friend But you know how it is, man. Bar girls are slick. They got all kinds of game you wouldn't even be expecting. It's always somebody falling down and breaking their neck, and now they're in the hospital, and she gotta go. And you're like, but I just paid for dinner. I'm trying. No. Matter of fact, she told me it was the friend who was hurt, the one that I know already, so she probably felt like I wouldn't mind so much. But I was like, man, that's some bullshit. So anyway, see, when they can get a good feel that you a swell dude, that you a nice guy, they will fucking play you because they know you a nice guy. You got to keep them like you got to kind of bark at them a little bit. You got to kind of be like for no reason, just to keep them off guard. Because if you don't, they will try you. They see you easy pushover. They will come. See, with me though, I like to go out to eat and hang out. So I really wasn't with that stuff. I was really just taking her out to eat. Let me see you. Let me talk to you. See how I feel after we eat. But after we ate, and that's the other thing too about Thai women you gotta understand is that they don't eat our food. They only like Thai food. They don't eat nothing we eat. They don't like our shit. They only like Thai food. You can give them some good food. You can give them a burger or whatever. You can take them to the best place that makes that food there, Mexican. Like the girl I was dating, I was like, let's go get Mexican. She kind of rolled her eyes, and somehow we ended up eating shabu. I was like, let's go get Mexican. She was like, and somehow, okay. Looks like I know we wind up eating shabu. And she told me it would be cheaper than the Mexican, but the shabu was more than the Mexican. So I was gonna tell you guys this. When you start dating a Thai woman, you can expect your budget to be at least 1,500 baht per meal. So if you eat with her 3 times a day, that's 4,500 baht a day. And you're probably going to eat with her at least twice a day. You're probably going to have like breakfast with her and or lunch, and then you go off and do your own things, and then you come back together, and maybe you have like a late dinner. So you probably spend 3,000 baht a day. You know if you have a girlfriend in Thailand, if she sees you every day and she doesn't ask you for any money. That's when I realized, like, I've done this so much that I already knew when I called her and she was working at her shop, and I was kind of, well, I'm skipping ahead in the story, but anyway, the fact is, I knew I had a girlfriend when she picked me up, and we went to the beach club, and she paid the bill, and it was like 1,200 baht, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, I got a girlfriend, because usually they don't come up with no money. But they do have money, but they act like they don't have no money. But don't let them fool you. They have money. But it's, they're not supposed to act like, they have money. So they want you to pay. They know we all have money. So, or at least we all should have money. But anyway, so I ended up hooking up with the friend. We went to the movies. I met the friend. That's how I roll. I ended up hooking up with the friend a few times. But like I said, it was kind of hard because the friend was always playing games. Like she would see me in 808 and she would hide from me or run because she knew I liked her, and I was always trying to take her with me. And she'd be like, no, my friend like you. I don't want to hurt her feelings. I don't want no drama between us and stuff like that. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, man, fuck your friend. She doing her thing. Look at her. You think she worrying about me? Look what she with. She over there with 3 guys dancing, doing her thing, in 808. So anyway, let's see. Then let's see. Oh, then there was the girl that was drunk. And come to find out, because I had told her, I was like, don't you got some friends? Like you coming out here sloppy? Are you trying to work? What's going on with you? I told her, I was like, and she told me she had a real job and blah blah blah. She was a real career woman. She had a job doing something that she wasn't working in no more. But I was like, but this ain't for you. This ain't for you. You gotta drink that much to do whatever. This ain't for you. But she felt like I guess she felt like she wanted to um, re- reward my kindness, but that was one and done. But I was mad about that because she was sexy, man. She was sexy, but I guess maybe some things I was trying to do kind of turned her off, but she was sexy. She was like ready, and she was sexy, little sexy one. But let's see. Then what else happened? Then I think I moved apartments again, but because I was blocked out because it was high season. So that probably takes me to the first 3 months. That's like my first 3 months. It's like October, November, December. So I did the extension to get your visa extended. I got a good agent that'll help you do it. It'd be like 100 US, I believe, to get the extension, and also do the border run. But you only get one border run a year, and that's like so. There's like 100 US. So you get there, you get the VOA, then you extend that VOA another 30 days. That's 100, and then you got to do a border run, and that's 100. But the trick is to get the actual 2 month visa, the actual TR visa from the consulate. So now that I'm back in the States, I can work on that. Because to get that, you gotta have like police check and bank accounts and all that. And it's funny because they actually approved me for it, but by the time they approved me for it, I was already in Thailand. I couldn't wait. I was like, y'all take it too long. When they approved me for it, I just got to Thailand like 3 days ago. And I had to tell them the truth. I'm already here, blah, blah, blah. And they was like, well, you don't need it, and you gotta go get it. You gotta go to another embassy. You gotta deal with immigration directly now, and you gotta go to another embassy. So the ways you can stay in Thailand for a long time, let me make this clear for you guys also. What they don't tell you is if you're not coming for companionship, anything less than a month is okay. Anything less than a month is okay. Like when I say less than a month, I mean like 3 weeks or less. 3 weeks or less is okay if you're not trying to find a companion, a woman, a girlfriend. But to find one that you could be safe with, that won't try to do a romance scam, won't play all these games, won't be asking you for money, won't be, stay in touch with you without you sending them no money, without doing all that crazy stuff, you're gonna need at least I want to say 4 months. You're gonna need at least 4 months because it's gonna take you anywhere from the first 2 weeks to the third month to decide who you really like if it's your first time. I gotta do a video just for the first timers because I keep forgetting to do that. I'm gonna make that my next video. I'm gonna do that tomorrow. A video just for the first time travelers because what I was talking to my mother and I was telling her that I met this girl and all that. And I was showing her some of the other girls, and she's like, nah, you would have been strangling that one. And I was like, oh, you can tell. Because she's like a bit prejudiced. And she was like, oh, you got to get a Thai girl. Don't they got any dark ties over there? Any black ties? And so I showed her the one black Thai girl I wanted to date. But the girl crazy. She's really crazy. Man, she got that fire though. She got that fire. But she crazy. And but I try to be, because I know how hard it is for her. I try to be understanding and try to be that good friend for her and make sure that someone just fucks with her just because she deals with a lot of shit because she's a black Thai. And I don't like that. And if I can do all these fucking somersaults and hula hoop jumps and all this flying trapeze shit for other women in other countries, then I can hold down a woman who look like me with no problem. That should be the standard, right? So anyway, I think that's just what we have to do to represent as African American and black men. But anyway, so I was telling my mother how I didn't realize how many sexless men there are in the world, like in other countries, like African American men. We don't have our own country. America's not our country. We don't have a country. You know, Black men, they have a country. Jamaica, Nigeria, whatever. They have a country. Australian men, they have a country. Korean men, Japanese men, fucking Thai men, fucking everybody have a country. Colombian men, Brazilian men have a country. But everywhere I go, well, no, you ain't never gonna see Colombian men traveling. Colombian men don't gotta travel. You might see some Brazilian men travel, but I think they go to Chile a lot. I think they go to Chile, or they go to Eastern Europe, or they go to Spain. They go to Spain a lot. They go to Paris. They go to France. But these men have countries, and they're sexless. They're sexless men. I was a sexless man. I'm not even gonna lie. I was a sexless man for a long time. Part of it was not imposed, and I said, "How can I fix this?" And I said, let me go into monk mode. So that I just imposed it on myself. And I went into monk mode for 6 years, and I started to create the life I have today. That's how old this book is. Let me see if I can show you guys when I brought this book. Let me see. I can show you guys when I brought this book. I don't know. I ordered this book from Amazon. I recommend everyone get this book. This is a good book. Let me know if you can see it. It's called 1,000 Ways to Make $1,000. Practical suggestions based on actual experience for starting a business of your own and making money in your spare time. Edited by F.C. Miniker. So this is a good book to get. And working on yourself for 6 years in monk mode, where I did little stuff here and there. Like I tell people all the time, like everybody has a skill. You either have a skill or you have a network of people, or you have both. If you have both, great. But if you have a skill, like people don't realize there's the two best skills to have right now that'll make you the most money. The two best skills to have right now that can make you the most money, where you could go and live abroad, is Adobe Photoshop and Unity or Unreal Engine, making video game stuff, assets, game programming, all that shit. Those are the two best jobs you can have. The two best skills you can have that'll make you a lot of money. I don't have those skills. I have other skills, but those are the two best skills you can have that'll make you a lot of money. Like the two top ones, that you can do in a couple of months, 8 to 9 months, and be proficient enough to sell those services, right? And then of course you all have other skills you can do as well. But those are like the two main ones. So I went into monk mode, but I said to myself, man, I didn't know how many sexless men there are out there. A lot. It's a lot of us out there. So when you come to Thailand for the first time, or I should say Pattaya, when you come to Pattaya or even Bangkok or even Phuket, wherever you go, when you come there for the first time, you're going to see a lot of attractive women. You're going to be overwhelmed. And some guys, they're able to see what they like the first swing. But guys like me, I'm like a guy that I stick my finger in all the jelly jars. I'm like, I don't like that one. Like that's me. I like a lot of variety. And then I say, well, I guess it's just not going to happen. I give up. And I say I'm ready to leave. I give up. Once I stop caring, that's when the universe will slide something right across my table. It'd be like, oh, hey, you forgot your dessert. And I'm like, what dessert? Oh, it's on the house. And that's how I met the girl I was dating, because I walked into, well, that's the end of that's what I should be talking about next. But anyway, so that's what happens. But it's going to take you, at least in my experience, 2 weeks to your third month to kind of decide who you like, what you don't like, what you could tolerate, what you can't accept, who's reacting to you the right way, because it's also about reacting to you. So you have to have the woman be calling you. If the woman's not calling you, let her go. That's what I do. I let them go. They're not calling you, let them go. Because you can do so much, but if they're going to ignore your text, and I got a phone of line messages that get ignored. Let me see if I can show you guys, just to show you how hard it is. I get line messages that get ignored. Let me see here. What's this one talking about? That's not, Let me see here. Let me see here. Oh, be careful. Yeah, see, okay. So this is a girl I met when I left 808. You see the green? The green is me, and the white is her. This is the girl I met when I left 808. She actually even changed her photo, so I can't see what she looked like. They be doing some weird stuff. But she's a baddie though. She's a baddie. And I was leaving 808 and I saw her. I was going in for the night. Yeah, this is live. This is me talking, Nat. So I was going to 808 and I saw her walking down an alley right in front of 808 and I was going home. So I wasn't about to turn around, but I got her line and I said to her, hello, my name, nice to meet you. Let me know when you leave 808 and let's meet for Hot Pot. And that was at 10:37 a.m. She didn't reply back to me till 3:51 p.m. and she said hi. And then I caused me being me, playing the rule of how long it took her to get back to me. I didn't reply back to her until 7:22 p.m. and I said, good morning. I fell asleep. Sorry. What you doing today? And then of course her playing the same game. That was 7:22 p.m. Sunday. She didn't reply back to me until 4:29 a.m. Monday morning, and she said, "I'm not go out today." So, just to give you an example, I got a bunch of failures. I got a bunch of failures in here, man. I got a bunch of failures in here. Let's see this one too. So again, you see, all the green is me. All the green is me. That's the white is her. I always say hello, my name. Oh, I shouldn't have showed you guys that one, but you get the point. Oh, that's what I gotta show you guys. I gotta show you guys the Oh, I can show you this one. And this one I met, and she never even responded back to me. So this girl I met right here, I'm gonna put her on blast. I'm gonna show you her face. Look, she never even replied back to me at all. You know what I'm saying? Let me see if I let me see. I'm gonna put her up on. This is what she looked like. She's sexy too. This is her. She's sexy too. That's her. She's sexy too. And she got a banging body, nice little shorty, petite, probably like 5'3". I caught her and her friends leaving Flex. I'm pretty sure somebody was dirty macking on me with some of the girls. But anyway, I caught them leaving Flex. It was like three of them. I wanted to buy her a drink because I was feeling myself. I said, I'll buy all your friends some drinks. Let's go back and flex. But she gave me her line, like she wants to talk to me, and then, just crickets. So that's what I'm saying. And this was like March 25th, March 28th. So after this, I gave up. I was like, man, I'm throwing a hat in because I could tell somebody's dirty macking me, and this is the proof. You know what I'm saying? This is the proof. Like, she ain't replied to me at all. You know what I mean? So, and there's a bunch of those. Yeah, never one. Here goes another one. Not replying to me at all. So people talk about it's easy. It's not easy, bro. And this probably doesn't help me because I say, the clothes and all that. You can't really see what she looked like. Oh, this is her? Nah, this is her? Oh, oh, okay. Well, that's funny because when she sees me, she comes and talks to me, but she won't hit my line back. So, but I know this probably shouldn't have helped me because I say the clothes is what gets the girls. But I gotta be honest with you and say it helps, but it's not a foolproof plan, but it helps. Because I did have a lot of success. Like the girl that I'm dating, the clothes is what attracted her to me. She always says when she saw me, she remembered when I hit her the next day, what she remembered about me was the upturned collar, was the pop collar. She said that the polo, I was looking fresh. A matter of fact, what did I wear? Whatever it was, I was looking fresh that night, and she remembered that about me, the upturned collar. And she's not one to really give guys attention. Like she don't look at guys. But I remember when I saw her, I said, "Damn, she like an Asian, blah blah blah," and the booty alone makes her sexy. She looks like a Chinese. Meg the Stallion or something like that. I said in my mind, and she looked at me with the eyes and gave me the flirty look, and she was with some guy, and I thought he was a boyfriend. Maybe he was a boyfriend, but or just her date. And I said to myself, "Damn, where did he find her at?" And then she tried to talk to me, and then he wanted to talk to me. So I was trying to be a little bit friendly, but I really had it in my mind, like, "Oh, I'm gonna take her from him. I'm gonna take her from him," and that's what happened. So the clothes do help. I would say the clothes will help you 75% of the time, 85% of the time. Very high, good number, you know. Um, these other chicks are the ones I say maybe they're afraid I'm out of their league, or they don't want to be rejected by a fat man, or somebody's dirty macking me, or they just, they just don't like black guys, just like African American men. They full of shit like that, which I can't understand why they would be in flex if they don't like African American men. Because that's pretty much all that's in flex. So I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. But one of those various reasons, not because I wasn't dressed right or anything like that. Because as you could tell, tailored clothes, you can't, there's nothing higher than this. Even even in America, where I'm in America right now, I gotta go out later. I gotta end this because I gotta go out later. I gotta go run some errands and go get my mom and take her to her surgery and all kinds of shit. But in America right now, I'm kind of in a whole nother economic status because my clothes, all the clothes I remember from Thailand, all my luggage, all my shit is tailored in America. I should do that. Tailored in America. That's a good name for a brand. My clothes are tailored. There's nothing higher than this. In America, it's 4 times more expensive than it is in Thailand. And it's expensive, and it is expensive in Thailand. When you want to get fabrics and all kinds of stuff, you got to go up to Bangkok. There's a whole bazaar. You can get all kinds of fabrics, man. They got everything up there. There's another place a little bit further up from Bangkok, and I heard they got the exotic stuff like chinchilla and all that other crazy stuff. So you can get as deep as you want with the fabrics, with the cottons and everything. And my polos are very good quality, but very good quality fabric. I know because before I even did a brand, I wore these polos for a whole year and they were still good. They weren't faded or nothing. And I threw them out and my business partners were like, "Why are you throwing them out? Why are you keeping them?" Because they were just regular polos. They ain't had no logo or nothing on them. They were low frills. So yours 2 a.m. in the morning and full daylight outside. Cool here in Bangkok. It's night. No, I'm not in Thailand. I'm in Hawaii. I'm back home. So sorry about that. I don't know when you jumped in, but I'm home in Hawaii. Cool that it's daylight, 2 a.m. in the morning in Pattaya. No, I'm not. I'm not in Pattaya. I left already. So you sitting there talking about dating hookers in Pattaya, and you think you sexy because you pay for it. No, that's not what the conversation is. Nat, that's not what we're talking about. You got to kind of keep up, man. It's like a minute and 30. It's like an hour and 30 into the conversation. You're mad lost in the conversation, and nobody's paying for it. I don't know what you mean by that. You sound kind of like you're out of reality. Okay, but I mean, let me say this so that we can end this. I'll end this on this note. Let me say this. Let me say this. I'm sexy because I'm just a fucking sexy ass motherfucker. Okay, in so many ways. In so many ways. Okay. I was in Thailand for 6 months. So if that's not enough to impress you, I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry, not sorry. Okay. And I didn't do 6 months in Thailand off of motherfucking YouTube. I'm on YouTube to share my experiences, honest experiences for people who are coming there first time, and also to promote my clothes, the winner's circle. Pick up a polo, pop your collar, you know what I'm saying? Elevate yourself, get into some tailored clothes. Okay? Now, not every woman in Pattaya is a hooker. That's a lie. That's a fucking lie. And if you ever see me, let me know so I can smack the shit out of you for saying that. Stop disparaging those women, man. These are human beings. These are people, just like you and me. Every person and every female in Thailand, every female, that's an awful generalization. Okay? And everybody's a fucking hooker. I don't know. Maybe you don't, maybe you're the type of person who don't like women. I don't know if you're male or female, but you seem like you don't like women. Okay? Is your mama a hooker? Your father paid the light bills. He put food on the table. He made rent. He brought her birthday gifts, anniversary gifts, Christmas gifts, Valentine's gifts. You get where I'm going with this? I mean, if your father was around, like my father was around, he was paying for it. I don't know what you mean when you say pay for it. A man has a fiduciary responsibility to a woman that he's involved with. Now, if you're not involved with the woman, then you don't have to do anything and don't worry about it. Because nothing you can do is going to change your mind, especially if she's not getting back at you. I just showed you girls who wouldn't even respond to my communication online. Is that the behavior of hookers? Women who want money, when somebody reaches out to them, they don't care about how he look, what they know or don't know about him, or what someone says, rumors or gossip. They reply back with a price, a time, and a place. And I just showed you at least two. There's a lot more, but in my other phone, I just showed you at least on my other phone. I just showed you at least two women who clearly wanted nothing to do with me. That sound like hookers to you? If you think that sound like hookers, then I think you are stupid. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, and you're listening to the wrong people. You're listening to real misogynists who want to say every woman who doesn't deal with them because they can only get a woman for money is a hooker, or some weird way. I don't even know. I can't even get on that level. Let me hold on. Let me think about this for a minute. Why would you say? Why would you say women are hookers? Oh, okay. So you sound like the type of person who's listening to men who want to use women's bodies in a perverse way without taking into any consideration their emotions, their feelings, or financial, economic needs, necessities, right? We know you can't get married for free, so you pay for his marriage license, you pay for a diamond. Is that not paying for it? See, this is why I don't like. I don't like how people talk in a way that is one, generalized, two, hella subjective, and three is just illogical. Okay, it's just illogical. It's just illogical. And I could make so many other deductions, but I think I wasted enough time on this with this person, who I just would say at this point is a troll. They probably left already. But in any event, and they think I'm talking about I'm in Pattaya and it's nighttime. I know what time it is in man, it's 2:21 a.m. Yeah, I know what time it is. I would be on my way to Flex right now. I think when I started this, I told everybody I was already in Hawaii. I I don't know, man. Some of you guys just like some of these people just like to complain about nothing. But anyway, for everyone else, I apologize for having to waste my time with that. So let me get back to the story. So let's see, what's the other story? Yeah, but anyway, so that pretty much is what you need to do. You need to come and stay for at least 2 weeks to 3 months if you're trying to find a companion, if you're trying to meet someone. Yes, there's going to be those type of women that are just looking to use you, looking to use everyone. But to find the women who are genuinely interested in fulfilling relationships with someone, like an authentic relationship based on respect, based on feeling, based on time, it's going to take you a while. Trust me, I know, because I had to weed through so many, and I probably came close. I probably came close twice. So I did meet one woman that could have been someone for me to date, but I really think she just had a different method of playing the game because we didn't start off in a situationship, but she kept trying to turn him into that, you know? And after a while, I just kind of got tired of it because you can't stay out all night and come see me at 5 a.m. I don't do that, you know? That's not cool. I'm trying to have my butt in the house by 10 p.m. at the latest and be curled up with you eating popcorn and watching Netflix all night. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't need to be out in the streets all day and every day. You know what I'm saying? That's just crazy. Yeah, the only reason I had to come back to America was because I maxed out on visas. That's normally the only reason why I leave any country is because I maxed out on my visas. So I had to figure out a plan. I had to research some stuff. Now I know what I'm going to do when I come back. I'm trying to get this business visa too. So, you know, I'm going to take another swing at that because they denied me the first business visa I went for. So, and that's the only reason why I had to leave, you know, because I would still be there. I would still be there. Actually, today's the 18th. My visa's good until the 21st, but I like to leave a little bit early just in case because you never know what could happen. And I already had a conversation with them, and they told me how strict they are. And I could tell you guys, they do not allow you more than, um, officially, they don't allow you more than 72 hours. If you go over your visa 72 hours, after that, you will be blacklisted and fined. So, and then of course, whatever day, however long they blacklist you, that depends on a variety of factors, who the person is really doing the adjudication, and then of course you definitely got to pay the fine. You don't have to pay the fine when you leave, but when you come back, you're gonna have to pay the fine. So, and the fine is limited to like I think 500 baht a day, something like that, to a maximum amount of baht for the whole. It's like a cap. I don't know if it's 15,000 or 25,000, but it's somewhere between there. Is the maximum it'll be the maximum amount of days they find you when you overstay your visa. But one country you should never do that with is Thailand because they are super strict. Colombia is a 6 month country. I don't think Brazil's a 6 month country no more. But Colombia, I've been told if you overstay, nobody cares. But I don't play those games, you know. So I usually stay in one country for 6 months, another country for 6 months. That's my year. So, but right now, because I'm dating someone, and we already made plans for my return. Until I get back, it's really nothing else for me to do but to continue this relationship when I get back. And then I'll be officially dating someone, and I plan to stay in Thailand for like the whole year with them, and probably turn it into 2 years or 3 years longer than that. So, all right, but that's all I got for today, guys. That's funny. Somebody thought they were blowing me up. You can't blow me up, man. I'm bona fide, certified, real deal. If so many people, it's funny how some people don't know me or don't recognize me. I guess somebody made a lot of videos on their channel to try to bury to try to bury me traveling with them to all these different countries, but whatever, man. It's okay. So hey, everyone that's left, I hope you had an interesting time. I gotta go start my day. It's like 9:06 a.m. here. Um, Thank you for staying this long. I hope this was very helpful. Please look at the polos. Give me some feedback on the product page. And if you have any questions, you can always reach me in the customer chat. I look forward to speaking with you guys again. I'm going to try to do this at least once a day. So I'm going to try to do a video at least once a day for you guys. Okay. All right. I'll talk to you guys later. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the content, and I'll talk to you later. Once again, this is Chocolate Man in the $1,000,000 home. Oh, let me show you guys the neighborhood. Let me show you guys the neighborhood that I live in. So you can see I don't really need to do this. I don't. I do this because I love to create, I love to build, and I love to make money. And this is just an easy way for me to do all of that and live like this and live like this. This is my neighborhood. You hear how quiet it is? This is my neighborhood. You know, it's a golf course. I think there's a golf course around here somewhere. So anyway, that's all I gotta say. Talk to you guys later. Peace. Aloha.